In every generation, war has taken our sons and daughters, family, friends and lovers. These songs tell one story among millions. But in their tale we hear all stories. Stories of those who left, those who waited, and those who never returned. Turn these pages gently now, as time rolls back somehow. To a village green on a summer's night, where two hearts would soon unite, before the world turned dark with the threat of war. Let me tell you what came before. 1914, 1939, 1950, 1965, and so it goes on. The years change, but the story remains the same. Young love, torn apart by war's cruel cycle. This is Marco and Nina's tale, but it could be anyone's. On a village green, that could be anywhere, in a time when harmony filled the air. And so our story starts this way, with sweet Nina's 18th birthday.
18 candles on the village green, mother's lace dress pressed and clean. Summer evening, fiddles play. Everything changed that August day when you walked in through the garden gate, making time itself stand still and wait. And oh, how the music played as strangers turned to something more. Two hearts, one summer serenade, like no birthday dance before. You asked so shy, may I? And the world began to spin. Now looking back, I realize that's when our story would begin. Your uniform, so crisp and new, young soldier's eyes of deepest blue. You stumbled on your first few steps, apologized with bated breath. But I just smiled and held on tight as fireflies danced in fading light. Mother watching from the porch, father giving warning looks, but nothing could stop two hearts as destiny wrote in fate's book. Young and free, how could we see the path that lay ahead? Just birthday cake and summer wine and all the things you said. And oh, how the music played as evening turned to something more. Two hearts, one summer serenade, like no birthday dance before. You asked so shy, may I? And my world began to spin. Now looking back, I realize that's when our love would begin.
But that birthday dance was just the start, as Marco claimed young Nina's heart through autumn gold and winter's chill. Their love grew stronger, deeper still, till summer brought another day, when wedding bells would softly play.
Okay, now just the bride and groom with the parents, please. Now, smile.
Cherry blossoms in my hair, church bells ringing sweet and clear. Two gold bands catch morning light as we speak our sacred rites. Village gathered dressed in Sunday best, while petals dance around our guests. Two rings of gold, two hearts combined under summer's blessed design. Confetti rains like stars above as we begin our life of love. this perfect day forevermore, till time itself walks through death's door. Down the lane past fields of green, to our cottage small but clean, whitewashed walls and flowers roam, where we'll make our home our own. Your strong hands build garden walls, while I plant flowers standing tall. Each morning brings a new delight, as we build our world so bright. Coffee steam, fresh baked bread, sweet words whispered in our bed. Who could know these gentle days would slip like water through our ways? Evening finds us side by side on our porch where dreams reside, planning futures, children's names, while sunset paints golden frames. Around these moments pure and true, just me and just my love with you. Two rings of gold, two hearts entwined, under summer's sweet design. Our cottage stands a testament to love and dreams heaven sent. This perfect life we've just begun, before the shadows of war would come.
In those first precious months of marriage, Marco and Nina created their own world within the walls of their cottage. But beyond their garden gate, greater forces were stirring, forces that would soon tear apart countless lives. While Nina tended her roses and Marco built their future, the headlines grew darker each day. Military exercises increased. Special operations training became more frequent. Their peaceful world was about to change. Forever.
Morning papers tell of troubles far away, foreign names we struggle just to say. Neighbors gather speaking in hushed tones of conflicts brewing far from our poor homes. While in our garden roses still bloom bright, but something's changing in the summer light. Dark clouds gather on distant shore, while we pretend it's nothing more than daily life in simple ways. But shadows lengthen through these days. You hold me close and say, don't fear, as thunder rumbles, draws near. The telegram arrived at breakfast time. Special training just a month, you smile. Elite selection for your skills, they say. While Europe's peace starts slipping far away. You pack your bag with such familiar grace. This fear I see on your smiling face. Distant shores, while we pretend there's nothing more than duty's call and training drill. But shadows lengthen across the hills. You hold me close and say, don't fear, though thunder rumbles, drawing near. My love, I'll wait for your return, while special skills you train and learn. These autumn days will quickly pass and bring you home to me at last. Just borrow time and duties new, till storm clouds pass and skies turn blue. While special skills you train and learn. These autumn days will quickly pass and bring you home to me at last. Just borrowed time and duties new, till storm clouds pass and skies turn blue.
Marco's training stretched beyond all promised timelines. Just one more week became a month, became the edge of winter. Nina decorated their cottage alone, placing mistletoe above doors he wouldn't walk through. Christmas would come without him this year, a bitter taste of separations yet to come.
As snow continues to blanket the region, bringing an almost symbolic peace to the landscape, military leaders from both sides have been observed sharing informal discussions in the hotel's conference room, a sight unimaginable just days ago. Sources close to the talks suggest that significant progress is being made, with both sides showing unprecedented willingness to compromise. The chief diplomat emerged briefly to report that military exercises along contested regions have been temporarily suspended, allowing negotiations to continue without additional tension. This development alone marks a substantial shift in position.
Christmas Eve's snowfall brought promise as diplomats deepened their negotiations and soldiers stood down, hope for a peace treaty growing stronger with each passing hour. Radio broadcasts spoke cautiously of optimism while families gathered, daring to believe that the season's blessing might extend beyond holidays into lasting harmony between nations.
Snow was falling on Christmas Eve when I heard footsteps on our street. My heart stopped as I turned the key. There you were, just smiling at me. I couldn't speak, couldn't even move, till you held me close and proved this wasn't just another dream of having you here with me. The radio played our favorite song as if it knew all along. The radio plays our song tonight. Just hold me tight. The radio plays our song tonight. We'll dance until the morning light. Oh, oh, hold me tight. Oh, swaying late to every song we couldn't wait. Your hands so warm against my face as winter melts in our embrace. Remember how we used to dance? Now every step's a second chance to freeze this moment in my mind before tomorrow makes us blind. The morning comes too fast, I know, like footprints in the falling snow. Another radio plays our song tonight. Just hold me tight. The radio plays our song tonight. We'll dance until the morning light. Oh, 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 hold me tight. Oh, la la la. The music plays while war calls you away. But here tonight, in this room, we'll dance again like bride and groom. The radio plays our song tonight. Just hold me tight. The radio plays our song tonight. We'll dance until the morning light. Oh, hold me tight. Now as I watch you walk away through the snow on Christmas Day, but I'll keep dancing on my own until you find your way back home. The radio plays our song tonight, our song tonight. The radio plays our song tonight, just one more night. The radio plays our song tonight.
With Marco away, the winter's snow turned to icy rain. In the serene cottage atmosphere, Nina sat alone, the radio's soft music a comfort as she prayed for peace. Beyond their garden gate, storm clouds gathered, in the sky and in the hearts of nations. Like the storm clouds gathering overhead, the shadow of war loomed ever closer. The music then fell silent.
Scheduled programming with breaking news. At 11:45 this evening, peace negotiations have dramatically collapsed. The talks, which showed such promise mere hours ago, ended abruptly when country leaders left the Grand Hotel without comment. Military commanders were observed returning immediately to their headquarters, and we're receiving reports of increased activity at key strategic positions. The chief diplomat's only statement was brief and grave. The hope of peace appears to be fading with the final hours of the day. We await official statements from both sides, but diplomatic sources suggest we are now at a critical turning point. This is James Marshall reporting.
Morning coffee grows cold and stale as the radio tells its tale of troops moving through neighbors' lands as I gently kiss my wedding band. Still warm from Christmas memories when you danced here close to me. Now headlines scream in morning's light of missiles in the northern night. The radio speaks different songs of things that somehow went so wrong.
In the past 6 hours, the situation has escalated dramatically. Multiple missile launches have been confirmed across
the radio speaks of war today. The storm clouds gather far away. The radio speaks of war tonight, while cities burn in distant light. Your footprints in the Christmas snow have faded now 3 days ago, while news reports grow darker still of battles fought on foreign hills. I turn the dial, seek other sounds, but war's dark music can be found on every station, every wave, as peace slips to an early grave. Each bulletin brings fresh despair as sirens echo through the air.
Authorities report mass exodus as naval forces approach the harbor. Civilian ships are overcrowded with refugees
The
seeking
radio
escape.
speaks of war today as storm clouds gather far away. The radio speaks of war tonight while cities burn in distant light.
We're receiving devastating reports from the Valley region. 3 major towns have been captured in the last 48 hours. The death toll continues to mount. Civilian casualties are estimated in the thousands. Emergency services can no longer reach the affected areas.
Static crackles through the room. Emergency broadcasts loom. Citizens are warned to stay as armies march through night and day. The radio speaks of war today while I kneel down to softly pray. The radio speaks of war tonight. Marco, are you in this fight?
The sound of artillery fire draws closer to our broadcast position. The capital remains under constant aerial assault for the 5th consecutive day. Underground shelters are at breaking point. Water and medical supplies are critically low. The central hospital has taken a direct hit. Medical staff continue to operate by candlelight. The night sky glows red as fires rage unchecked.
Please keep him safe tonight.
The downtown district now lies in ruins after this morning's bombardment. Emergency crews can no longer contain the fires. The death toll from yesterday's Market Square attack has now reached 300.
As the months passed, the war waged on, claiming life after life and town after town. But back in the cottage garden, newly planted flowers blossomed in summer's embrace. The garden bloomed, and so did Nina. Yet while nature celebrated life, war's shadow stretched ever further. Thunder rolled like distant artillery, while newspapers filled their pages with columns of the fallen. Marco's letters came, but too few, too brief. Now, as summer storms gathered and loneliness crept through empty rooms, she cradled both hope and fear within her heart.
Seven months without your touch, these walls have witnessed change as much. Your child grows strong inside of me while war clouds gather over sea. Morning sickness fades to kicks as spring turns into summer thick. Your letters speak of distant hills while my belly swells and fills with life that dances day and night. A son, the doctor says, alright. 7 months since that Christmas Eve when love left more than we believe. The radio speaks of battles near as I count down this lonely year. War draws closer every day. 8 weeks left till he's due to stay. As battles rage some miles away while your child grows inside, I pray. Oh, 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 please stay safe tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Mother so small, baby clothes, while father paces as time flows. The nursery painted soldier blue with tiny boots just waiting new. But in the night I hear the sound of distant bombs that shake the ground. Your letters come less frequent now, as war moves closer somehow. The calendar marks time so slow, just 10 more days to go. War draws closer every night as summer fades from sight. Your sun kicks strong inside while searchlights paint the sky. Oh, 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 oh. Please come home alive. Oh, oh, oh. Now sounds of war starts to build, like thunder over distant hills. Your last letter, 2 weeks old, speaks of stories you left untold. War draws closer to our door, 10 days left, maybe more. Oh, 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 we need you here tonight. Oh, oh. The midwife says it won't be long while war drums beat their song. 10 days till, 10 days till he's here.
The Air Force has mobilized all available units, with witnesses describing intense aerial activity over the capital. All military personnel, including reservists, are ordered to report immediately to their designated bases.
The next 10 days passed all too quickly, but Marco couldn't make it home. His request for leave had been denied, the fighting too fierce, his skills too vital. Then, in the late hours of September 16th, as the radio droned in the background with reports of intense fighting, Michelangelo was born. Beneath darkened skies, he arrived with a powerful cry. Michael had his father's eyes and a quiet strength. It was a moment of pure joy in a world torn apart by war. As exhaustion faded into relief, Nina knew she couldn't wait to share the news with her true love. Her heart full and her spirit strong, she picked up the pen and began.
My dearest love, our son arrived today, strong and beautiful in every way. Your eyes shine bright in his tiny face, while autumn rains fall with gentle grace. The midwife says he has your smile. I've kept your letters all the while, to read him stories of his brave papa, who'll be home soon to hold him tight. The garden blooms despite the rain, as life finds ways through grief and pain. Each morning when he wakes to feed, I whisper promises you'll keep. Come home safe, come home soon. Your son needs to meet you. I hold him close and tell him tales of how his father never fails. Keep his word to find his way back to us some sunny day.
My dearest Nina, by candlelight I write, through sounds of war that pierce the night. Two friends I lost at dawn today, their letters home now tucked away. I dare not speak of what I've seen, or how this pointless war has changed me. but thoughts of you keep the darkness far, like the distant light of heaven's stars. The boys all share their photos here of loves they left and hold so dear.
Your picture rests beside our bed, while your son rests his peaceful head. Come home safe, my soldier true. Two hearts now wait here just for you. Till then we'll watch the garden grow and count the days till you come home. And count the days till you come home. Stay safe, my love. Stay strong, stay true. Your family waits here just for you.
For you and our son, I'll find a way back from hell to home one day. These trenches won't become my grave. For your gentle touch, I do so crave. Though shells rain down like summer storms, as death takes different forms, I'll keep my promise, this I swear, to hold you both in the evening's air.
While Nina cradled their newborn son and wrote of hope, Marco crouched in muddy trenches, writing two kinds of letters. One filled with love and gentle lies for his love, the other filled with bitter truth that would never leave the battlefield. Between artillery fire and distant screams, he wrote the words he couldn't send, the reality he had to shield her from. These are a soldier's unspoken truths.
They spoke of glory, spoke of pride, but never of the men who died, choking on their final breath while riding home before their death. Each morning brings another fight, through trenches deep and endless night. While back home they'll never know how deep our darkness seems to grow. The letters that I write to you hide every horror that we do. I can't tell you what I've seen in this hell where I have been. Can't describe the sounds they make when shells and bullets lives do take. So I write of summer days while fighting through this winter haze. My letters speak of hope and light, while darkness claims another light. The truth I cannot write. My letters home all speak of hope, but they don't tell of burning rope, of flesh and mud and screaming boys, as death makes mockery of noise. I write of spring and gentle rain while counting bodies of the slain. Can't tell you how young soldiers cry as friends beneath the mud now lie. The smell of death hangs in the air while I pretend that I'm still there in our garden, safe and sound, not in trenches, in blood-soaked ground. Each time I seal another page to hide the truth of war's dark rage, I dream of home and summer light while shadows dance in fire's night. But how can I describe to you the things that men in battle So let my lies bring comfort there, while hell surrounds us everywhere. I can't tell you what I've seen in this hell where I have been. Can't describe the sounds they make when shells and bullets lives do take. So I write of summer days while fighting through this winter haze. My letters speak of hope and light while darkness claims another life. The truth stays buried beneath fields where innocence to darkness yields, while letters home speak gentle lies as another soldier dies.
As the year drew to an end, and in the deepening winter, Marco wrote 2 letters, both to Nina and his dearest son, one to be sent marked urgent, the second through the force's postal service. That winter, reports of new enemy technology threatened to extend the war indefinitely. Conventional attacks failed against hidden installations. The solution required an extraordinary elite force. Specialists like Marco, whose skills could destroy the most protected systems. Success could save thousands, perhaps turn the tide of war itself. But first, they had to reach their target, deep behind enemy lines. In the darkest heart of winter, Marco and his band of heroes would parachute into enemy territory. The mission briefing was simple: infiltrate hostile territory, destroy critical infrastructure, then evade capture in a region crawling with enemy patrols. Success would cripple enemy advancements. But failure meant capture, and as a saboteur behind lines, they would be treated as spies and summarily executed. Marco knew this harsh reality when he wrote his careful words to Nina.
The postman came through autumn rain, brought news I feared would come again. A letter marked with urgent signs, I've learned to read between the lines. As raindrops trace the window pane, I read your words through rising pain. Each sentence holds a weight unsaid, your mission lurks in words unread. They send you where the brave won't go, to lands where only shadows grow. You speak of duty, tasks, routine, but I can sense what's left unseen. Now we light a candle by your frame and whisper softly your dear name. The war that's claimed too many men now keeps me in the dark again. Where danger waits in hostile air, your silent steps through strangers' land, our fates held by your secret band. Return back safe somehow. Our child sleeps without a sound, while a plane for you is being found, to drop you where no friend resides. An assassin's ride. Your easy words attempt to shield the truth your mission has revealed. A special team, a vital role, behind the lines where death patrols. Beyond the lines where eagles dare, where danger waits in hostile air, your silent steps through strangers' land, our fates held by your secret band. The moonlight cast its silver glow on fields where soon you'll have to go, while sirens sleep and shadows wait for one man's steps to see. seal their fate. Your echo lost in strange lands. Our future's now in your hands. Each night I pray upon my knees for war to end and lasting peace.
On a winter's morning, as snow gently fell upon the world outside, Nina sat with little Michael cradled in her arms. A moment of peace in a turbulent time. The radio, a constant companion, played music softly in the background, until the voice of the announcer cut through the peaceful morning.
We interrupt your morning music to bring you a special bulletin. We have just received reports of a significant victory following a daring mission deep behind enemy lines. Key installations critical to the oppressive regime have been neutralized. This daring mission has dealt a severe blow to enemy capabilities, significantly turning the tide in favor of the Allies. Though details of those involved remain classified, this victory has brought us one step closer to an end to these hostilities.
Listening to the
and
broadcast,
peace.
Nina's heart swelled with mixed emotions. Pride for the courage it spoke of, but shadowed by apprehension for Marco. Anxiety pressed heavily on her spirit. The news offered no comfort, only questions, unanswered, and names unspoken. As if in response to her unvoiced fears, a knock sounded at the door. Nina rose to open it, finding the postman standing there.
Opened a letter this morning with trembling hands and a silent prayer. Your letter filled with love and longing, written just days ago in time. The telegram came just an hour before, the words that changed my world forevermore. Forevermore. The ink now stained with tears of silent grief. As I read you're gone, my heart weeps. Now you write of coming home this springtime, when flowers bloom and birds would sing. Now autumn leaves fall around me, and I hold close your wedding ring. They tell me you died with honor, fighting for what's right. But what honor is there in leaving me alone? Your words are still fresh on the page, talking about coming home, while somewhere far away you've already gone. The telegram came just an hour before, the words that changed my world forevermore. Forevermore. The ink now stained with tears of silent grief. As I read you're gone, my heart weeps. They handed me the telegram with such cold formality, just a few printed words that shattered my whole world. We regret to inform you, they always start that way, don't they? How can I fit so much heartbreak in a world now so gray? Your letter sits here on my desk, speaking of tomorrow, while that telegram speaks only of goodbye. They call it a hero's death, as if that eases the sorrow. But heroes are supposed to come home, aren't they? Last week you wrote of spring flowers and wedding vows renewed. Now autumn leaves mock me as they fall. tell, one full of life and love, the other life's cold hell. I trace your words still fresh with hope and dreams, while official words destroy the future planned. Strange how life and death arrived in envelopes of white, both delivered by the same man's hand. I'll keep your letter close forever. Two messages, different fates. One speaks of hope and a future, the other speaks of heaven's gates.
The full extent of Marco's bravery unfolded gradually, with each revelation adding another layer to the tale of his courage. After the success of the mission, he defended their position, despite being surrounded and outnumbered, ensuring his men made it to the extraction point. His sacrifice bought them the time they needed, but the weight of his loss left Nina's heart heavy with grief. Marco was gifted a patch of earth, dark and rich, and a headstone of polished marble, its cool surface bearing Marco's name in elegant lettering. But somewhere in foreign lands, Marco's body lay undiscovered, leaving Nina with nowhere true to mourn. Each week she would visit this empty grave, this marker of memory, speaking words to a husband who rested far beyond her reach.
They carved your name in marble stone, but beneath lies empty ground, lost somewhere far from home, your body never found. In distant lands where skies are blue, or foreign fields unknown, I stand here speaking words to you, but I stand here alone. I stand by your grave, but you're not there. Just shadows and stones and unanswered prayers. They tell me to mourn, they tell me you're gone, but how do I grieve standing here when you're not there? Some nights I dream you made it home, just lost along the way. Each morning brings that hope unknown, till reality claims the day. Yet each sunrise breaks my heart anew, as I wait for a dream that won't come true. I brought our Michael here today to know his father's name. He kneels at the grave and starts to pray in ways that ease my pain. His eyes so like yours, ocean blue, reflect the morning light. Stories of his dad ring true through shadows into night. So we'll return here every day, though you're not sleeping here. While Michael grows, I'll find a way to keep your memory near. Some nights I dream you made it home, just lost along the way. Each morning brings that hope unknown, till reality claims the day.
As Nina shared her stories about Marco with their son, the tale of Marco's heroic sacrifice spread through the town, becoming a symbol of hope and courage for all. With summer approaching, plans were made for a special ceremony. Marco's commanding officer would present the medals, while the townspeople gathered to honor their fallen hero. The community buzzed with pride and preparation, eager to celebrate Marco's bravery. Yet for Nina, as she watched these preparations unfold, pride mingled with heartache. The medals would honor his sacrifice, but they could never fill the space he'd left behind.
They pinned a medal to my dress today in honor of your name. They spoke of courage, spoke of strength, as if it were the same. But in this moment, my heart feels cold, a lonely ache inside. What good is pride when you're not here to hold me by your side? A medal for the dead, such an empty prize, while Michael wonders why tears fill his mother's eyes. They praise your name with distinguished words and speak of duties done, but what use is a hero's crown for a forsaken son? With every brave acclaim they sing, it echoes in my heart. For every smile that shines with pride, my world is torn apart. You saved so many lives, my love. I hope you're watching this from above. Your mission took you deep in Shadow's lands, where an angel saw your face. They tell me how you turned the tide in hell's infernal place. But with each word they speak of you, the weight of loss feels strong. I trade their praise for just one kiss, one moment here where you belong. The echoes of your laughter linger in our cottage by the sea. And though the world sings songs of valor, there's no song for me. Our child grows strong, his eyes so bright. Of you he'll never know. All I can do is hold him tight while time continues on. A medal for the dead, such an empty prize, while Michael wonders why tears fill his mother's eyes. They praise your name with distinguished words and speak of duties done. But what use is a hero's crown for all
forsaken son. I'd trade their praise for just one kiss, one moment here where you belong.
This is breaking news. Allied forces have broken through the last defenses. The tyrant's armies and ships are in full retreat as liberation sweeps across occupied territories. Reports also indicate the dictator's bunker has been breached.
The news spread like wildfire through the streets. Church bells that had been silent for years burst into jubilant song. Nina stood in her doorway, holding Michael close as neighbors poured from their homes, their faces bright with joy and disbelief. After years of darkness, the light was finally breaking through. The regime that had claimed so many lives, including Marco's, was crumbling into dust. Victory blazed across the radio waves. While in town squares and village greens, people danced and embraced, their tears of joy mixing with memories of those who had paid the ultimate price.
This is London calling. We can now officially confirm the dictator is dead. His dark reign is over. We have accepted the surrender of the enemy's forces. The war has ended, and victory is officially declared.
The morning brings such different news as bells ring loud and clear. The tyrant has met his fate and darkness disappears. The streets are filled with dancing now, where tanks once ruled our town. And children laugh where soldiers marched as regimes tumbled down. The shadows lift, the light breaks through as freedom finds its way. The darkness that consumed our world is ending on this day. Ring out the bells of victory, let freedom's flag unfurl. The tyrant's reign has turned to dust as peace reclaims our world. From east to west, the news spreads fast as people flood the square. The darkness that enslaved us all has vanished into the air. Young mothers hold their children close as fathers march back home. The war that tore our world apart has left its evil throne. It's men like Marco, brave and true, whose courage turned the tide. The unsung heroes who gave all so chariots of peace can ride. Shadows, they fought battles fierce, in silence they withstood. For it's heroes like them we need to stand where tyrants stood. Bring out the bells of victory, let freedom's flag unfurl. The tyrant's reign has turned to dust as peace reclaims our world. Oh, let freedom reign again. The darkness fades to morning light as hope returns once more. And though some hearts still ache with loss, peace knocks upon our door.
Through the decades that followed, peace settled across healing lands. New conflicts flared in distant places, but none matched the darkness they had overcome. The world rebuilt, changed, and grew older. And so did Michael. Nina's heart remained forever Marco's, and now, the highlight of her life was watching Michael flourish. At 26, he married in the same church where his parents had exchanged their vows, the memory of that summer day still vivid in Nina's mind. Michael and his wife Ellie blessed her with grandchildren, who, in turn, gave her great-grandchildren, filling her life with the laughter she had once feared lost. Nina remained in the cottage by the sea, keeper of memories and guardian of Marco's legacy. His medals now hung proudly on the wall in golden frames. As the millennium approaches, Nina sits in her familiar chair on Christmas Eve. Outside, snow falls, just as it did that night Marco last came home, 60 years ago. Her great-grandchildren gather at her feet, their young eyes bright with curiosity about the photographs and medals that have always graced their great-grandmother's wall. They request the story she is always ready to tell. As flames dance in the hearth, Nina's eyes drift to Marco's picture, still handsome in his uniform, still frozen in time. Though decades have passed, some memories remain as fresh as morning dew. Touching the locket she has worn every day since that last Christmas together, she begins her story.
Come closer, children, gather round while evening settles in. There's something special on this wall, a tale that must begin. Your great-grandfather's medals shine in frames of polished gold, a hero's story from a time that's now grown very old. I was 18 when we met, he danced me through the night. How could we know what lay ahead as summer held us tight? Let me tell you of your Marco, of courage pure and true, of missions deep in foreign lands and skies of darkest blue. The story of a sacrifice that helped to win the fight. Though 60 years have come and gone, our love still burns so bright. Now as this century fades to close, I see hope in your eyes. Perhaps your generation holds the key to peaceful skies. The world still needs its heroes true, but maybe you'll find ways to solve our conflicts without war and live in peaceful days. So remember Marco's story, let his courage light the way. For every medal tells us this, there has to be a way to break this cycle, end this pain, and let our children grow in the peace your great-grandfather died fighting to bestow. The waves still crash upon our shore as they did long ago, when Marco kissed me one last time before he had to go. But in your eyes I see such hope for this century new. Perhaps at last we'll learn to live the way our heroes wanted us to.
As the summer of 2002 wrapped its gentle arms around the cottage by the sea, Nina felt the ebbing of time within her bones. Surrounded by her family, Michael, his children and grandchildren, she spent her final days enveloped in the love that had blossomed from the life she and Marco began so many years before. The walls of the cottage whispered with memories, echoing laughter and the silent conversations she'd often had with Marco's photograph, which still held a place of honor above the hearth. Just months before, the world had stood still as news of the September 11th attacks spread across the globe. Nina watched in sorrow as the scenes unfolded on the television screen. It pained her to see that even after all the sacrifices of the past, humanity still grappled with violence and hatred. She had hoped to leave behind a world that had learned from its scars, one where her family could flourish in peace. As autumn leaves turned and the days grew shorter, Nina's thoughts drifted more frequently to Marco. The promise of reunion with her true love brought a gentle peace. Holding her son's hand, she whispered,
"Dearest son, the time has come for me to leave this world. My one true love awaits me on the other side. Please don't be sad. Be brave. Be strong, and remember everything I ever taught you."
Her eyes closed softly to the ocean's whisper, and as she slipped away, the years fell from her like autumn leaves, carrying her back to that summer dance where love had first bloomed. Her passing marked the end of an era, but for Nina, it was a homecoming long awaited, a return to the love that even death couldn't diminish. Yet the dawn of the new millennium did not bring the lasting peace Nina had so dearly wished for. The invasions of Afghanistan and Iraq ushered in prolonged conflicts that echoed the shadows of past wars. Images of troops deploying, of distant battles, became all too familiar. Michael watched with a heavy heart as the cycle of violence seemed to repeat itself, the lessons of history fading like echoes in the wind. The outbreak of COVID-19 saw the world finally unite to find an answer to its deadly threat, but the promise of global unity didn't last. 2022 brought news of conflict in Europe that stirred old anxieties. Russia's invasion of Ukraine shook the international community, reigniting fears of widespread warfare on a continent that had seen too much bloodshed. Scenes of families fleeing their homes and cities under siege mirrored those from the histories Michael's family knew all too well. In October 2023, escalating tensions erupted once more in the Middle East, with renewed violence between Israel and Palestine capturing global attention. The patterns of aggression and retaliation seemed unbreakable, each generation inheriting the unrest of the last. Now, as Michael sits in the cottage by the sea, he holds his great-grandchildren close. The innocent questions in their eyes compel him to share the stories of the past, of Marco's bravery, of Nina's unwavering love, and of the hope they both carried for a peaceful world. He tells them how their great-great-grandfather fought against tyranny, a darkness that sought to consume the world. He, along with countless others, stood up so that future generations might live free from oppression. The world remains beautiful, yet fraught with the same challenges that have echoed throughout generations. As the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War approaches, communities around the globe prepare to honor the heroes of the past. Ceremonies will recount acts of valor, moments of unity, and the hard-won peace that followed. Yet Michael knows that true tribute lies not in the ceremonies themselves, but in the actions taken afterward. The message is clear and resonates deeply. If we do not learn from the wounds of history, we risk reopening them. The bravery of those who stood against tyranny serves as both an inspiration and a caution. It is a legacy that implores us to reflect, to remember, and most importantly, to act, so that the peace they fought for becomes a lasting reality, not just a fleeting moment between wars.